Sixth form versus school versus sixth form college. What is right for you? What are your options after you finish your GCSEs? This is an ultimate guide explaining the key differences between these different educational establishments. You're just expected to know the differences and often you're not given much guidance, so let me help you with this video, take a break from scrolling and let me explain the key differences to you. So traditionally, sixth form is where you do A-level. However, at sixth form now you can do BTECs, T-level, but the traditional focus is on A-levels and the majority of sixth forms do offer A-levels. However, college is where you go if you want to do a BTEC or an NVQ or a vocational course. And with some apprenticeships, you have to go to college as well. So traditionally, these are the two distinguishing factors. However, some colleges offer A-levels and some sixth forms offer BTEC. And when an educational establishment offers both, this is called a sixth form college normally, or sometimes they might just call it a college. At sixth form, you will take 3 or sometimes 4 A-levels, some people do 5. But if you go to a sixth form college, you can take 2 A-levels and do a BTEC. Or you can do 1 A-level and a BTEC. Different sixth form colleges have different requirements, but a lot of them do offer you a mix between A-level and BTEC. However, if you go to a sixth form that is attached to a school, usually they only offer A-level subjects. So if you go to a school and they have a sixth form, very, very common in grammar schools, you often will only be able to choose from A-level subjects. But if you go to a new college or a new sixth form college, you might be able to add a BTEC in there with your A-levels, or alternatively just do 1 BTEC qualification. If you decide to just do 1 course, 1 vocational course, you can go to college and you can do a BTEC. Often this is a level 3 extended diploma. An extended diploma is a full-time course. It is the only thing that you need to do. And in terms of UCAS points, it is equivalent to 3 A-levels. Though the key differences between BTECs and A-levels is that BTECs are usually more vocational based. So for example, you can do a BTEC in travel and tourism, you can do a BTEC in childcare. So many options. But A-levels are usually stuff like maths, history, biology, your traditionally more academic subjects. T-levels were introduced by the government just a few years ago, and these are a little bit confusing, but the best way to think about a T-level is like a little bit of a hybrid between an apprenticeship, a BTEC, and A-levels. So you have a work placement. T-levels are more vocational, but they're also academic at the same time, so like a mixture between A-levels and BTEC, and it is a very, very new course. All of the options above that I have given you, you will be able to go to university with, if that is your aim. However, the nature of the university course and the ranking of the educational establishment at university will be different depending on which A-levels you do, which BTECs you do, or which T-levels you do. So traditionally, Russell Group unis only really accepted A-levels and specific combinations of A-levels for specific subjects. However, now a lot of universities are moving towards accepting BTEC qualifications. So if you're aiming for a top Russell Group university, often these universities do not accept BTEC qualifications to enter their university courses. As well as this, what you do in a BTEC qualification is a little bit more niche. It's more